Hello, I'm Dr. Kwame Abrokwa-Yanchra, the MTN Heroes of Change Award winner for the year 2013. The cash prize of 50,000 Ghana cedis added to our resources so that we could reach out to people in the Volta and Eastern region during our last year's GrabFood project.
MTN Heroes of Change is back. If you know potential heroes of change in your community, show your appreciation by filling an online nomination form at heroes.mtn.com.gh or pick up a form at any MTN service center. Fill it and drop it at any center near you. Alternatively, write a letter detailing the person's activities and email to heroes@mtn.com.gh or send a WhatsApp to 055-4222-222. Your nominee stands to receive 100,000 Ghana cedis in support of their project. MTN Heroes of Change. Be the change you wish to see.
MTN, welcome to the new world.
Can fully unlock the potential of so many African women.
They're like the neck of the human anatomy.
If you train a girl child, you train a nation.
You learn from her, become better.
And my word for African women today, you are better managers.
The 7th edition of the African Women in Leadership Organization Conference 2015, theme African Women Transcending the Globe, Breaking Barriers. Africa Conference, 7 to 8 May 2015, venue Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. Speakers Mrs. Clementine Velvet, Senator Joel Taylor, Professor Udwa Achibong, Princess Sarah Adebisi Shoso, Chief Dr. Oprah M. Benson, Biola Alabi, Maria Therese Abena Onda Obama, Josephine Anunobi, Noni Robertson, Lila St. Matthew Daniel, Mr. Gilbert Eweme, Ezine Kufre Ekanem, and Asmahan Mahmoud Sway. For registration details, visit www.awlo.org.
Okay, so we have our guests in the studio, but before I introduce them though, this is what we also require you to do. Please log on to our Facebook page, Join News on TV is a page on Facebook, but also a handle we have on Twitter, Join News on TV, on Twitter. The WhatsApp line, and I'm just going to mention it's 0540109009 is the number for you to always communicate with us on that very platform, WhatsApp. But this is what we're having up in the studio. We have our guest, and Abraham Amaliba, legal practitioner, law lecturer, but also a part inhabitant of the Bolga Central constituency in the Upper East region. We also have the Member of Parliament here for the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency, Emmanuel Chimantingeja, former Chief Executive for the Food and Drugs Board, and also known businessman, but also you're a pharmacist.
I'm a pharmacist.
Pharmacist.
I'm a pharmacist. Before anything else.
A pharmacist. All right. And thanks for joining us. We would want to look at the subject of the economy, but quickly let's look at what's going on with the primaries of the New Patriotic Party. And over the last 2-3 days, well, a lot of things seems to have shaped up as far as this very primary is concerned. Yesterday, they commenced with the vetting process of the various aspirants who would want to become the candidates for the various constituencies. And so far, what has been your own observations about all that has gone on and the reports as circulating in the media?
Oh, thanks for having me on your platform this morning, and good morning to our esteemed viewers. I think that it has gone well so far. Let's state without equivocation that politics is emotive. I mean, particularly if it's in the stronghold where once you get selected as a parliamentary candidate, it is almost certain that you are a member of parliament. A lot of energy and effort is put into by all the contestants. So I don't think that anybody will expect it to be like a meeting of a scripture union where everybody is orderly and everybody, there certainly will be some heat. But at the end of the day, I think that my considered view is that it has gone well, albeit 1 or 2 flashpoints. But otherwise, I think it has gone well.
And, there's a talk that perhaps the NPP, even though he says it has gone well, is going on well, is having some difficulties with, is it arresting or persuading people to restrain their emotions in many respects. He has even indicated the whole process is very emotive. The talk is that it inures to your benefit. It means that the stables of your enemies are not peaceful after all.
Let me say good morning to your viewers and my constituents in Bolga. I would want to look at it from the point that there was an emergency meeting to deal with these matters, which emergency meeting turned out to be a coup d'etat, which led to some fallouts. I think that that shows that there are deep cracks in the executive of the MPP. The fact that there are some executives who did not attend that supposedly emergency meeting shows that this is not a party that is going united. In a country where the votes are always slim, you would want to ensure that you bring on board everybody and make your party attractive. But what is happening is good for the NDC. We would want more cracks in the MPP so that at the end of the day, we in 2016 will sail through. But with their primaries, there are some instances where some people had their nomination rejected. There was somebody, I'm told, could not speak to some of the matters on his CV. I don't know whether that is going to be a basis for disqualification. But beyond that, I think that it is going on smoothly. They have up to Friday to end the process, and by Friday we can make a much more informed discussion on this matter. But I think that there's need to bridge the gap within their executive. That, for me, is a serious problem.
I don't know whether...
You see, I sit here and I chuckle. My friend that is Leonard's expectation is that there are, to use his words, there are cracks, so it will inure to the benefit of the NDC. I think it is unfortunate. You have government in your hands. Take care of what you have. The good people of this country elected you to govern. You are not able to do it. What you are looking at is that let's, quote unquote, misfortune before my enemy. Then I will have opportunity to go on. But let me say that I think all of it is exaggerated. What happened, and that is my understanding of the issue, were that some decisions had been taken by the steering committee, and there probably was an oversight as to practice. I think that in the past, when we have had primaries, national officers had been appointed to oversee at the regional level. But somehow, I think that this was not done. Or I want to believe that it may have been looked at as an innovative way of doing things. We had always done it this way. Probably let us do it in another way. Some members of the SC thought that let us revert to the status quo, and so therefore an emergency meeting was called. In any case, the chairman of the party was not here. The general secretary was not in Accra, and I think that it is mind-boggling to think that somebody must be in a meeting every time. I'm sure that in NDC, severally, they have had, they call it a functional executive meeting, where either the chairman or the general secretary is not there. Is this a big deal? No, I don't think so.
So you're equating it to same circumstance?
No, I am saying that there was a specific difficulty to be cured in the minds of a majority of the steering committee members, and they called the meeting. This cannot be equated to a coup d'etat. It is a position that People might differ, but that is what democracy is about. I want to believe that my friend that is learned in his house sometimes don't share the same view, even maybe probably about child raising, as his wife. So the fact that his wife takes one position and he takes another position, does it constitute a coup d'etat in his house? No, certainly not. But like I said,
it doesn't promote peace in the house, does it?
Oh,
but in instances,
I am saying, look, let us be brutally frank, that in any human institution, it could be in your own home, it could be in an organization, a business enterprise, it could be a church, and in the political party.
So you're saying it's not.
There would be some differences. There would be some differences of opinion, but I think it is unfortunate if differences of opinion is equated to a coup d'etat. I think it is laughable.
If I take a decision which is contrary to my wife's decision at home, and my wife goes out and make it public and is nagging, then there's a problem. What I'm saying is that if the whole general secretary of the party could say that what was happening was not an emergency meeting and he was in Kumasi eating fufu.
It's not true.
And he was in Kumasi eating
the general secretary.
No.
You are putting words in the mouth of a general secretary.
You made your point. Let me also make my point. Though uncomfortable, it was also uncomfortable when you were mentioning my wife and my children. Now,
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not talking about it's on the light side. It's on the light side.
Okay. I think it was.
It's on the light side. So, if you have a general secretary who described the meeting as not an emergency one, and then describes and even tell the media that while the meeting was going on, he was eating fufu in Kumasi, there's a problem. You have the Otiko Jaba, women's organizer, say that she is having something to do in Eastern region. We have presidents who have gone out of the country, and when there's an emergency, they cut short their visits and return.
Oh, look at this.
The point is that this meeting was not, after all, an emergency meeting. If it were, everybody would be in sync, and you will not have a division within the executive. Right. So that's my point.
I don't think one exists.
I think that
I don't think that one exists. So the party chairman was in the UK.
No.
All
right. You see, so if your mother is dead, and you claim that he's asleep, when your colleagues are eating food in the evenning, that's when you know that your mother is actually dead.
Okay.
So let's wrap our discussions.
You deny that there's nothing wrong with your party and that the executives are all in one boat and sailing ashore. Right. It will come to hit you in the face.
Okay, so our last question. Let's look at this. For all the things that we're talking about, both parties or all the parties will go through primaries and there will be difficulties. Just, I believe, before the close of the last week, the Member of Parliament for Damango was on air, complaining about how the regional minister
yelling.
Okay, so definitely we have tough wars and people's positions and threats, etc. Now, as politicians and political parties as institutions, how do you need to manage some of these things so that they don't flare up and also
it is competitive? I think the challenge that all of us have as politicians is that, like Honorable Adam Mutawakil, the MP for Damango, is saying, he said the time is not up. The man is just using his position to do things.
To make inroads.
Yes, to make inroads. I think that the necessity is for the party structure at the top to ensure that everybody complies. I think it happens everywhere. Sometimes everybody seeks advantage. You see, he's on radio, he's on TV this morning greeting the good people of Bolga. In the meantime, Bolga Central. You think that Honorable Opam Brown, is that his name? Yeah. Honorable Opam Brown will be happy to see. This is in his mind, in his humble mind. You think that Honorable Amaba is taking advantage? You've gotten a platform and they have not declared formal.
We're not even close.
And you're taking advantage. Right. You think that Honorable Opam Brown will be happy? No.
So what's the point?
So the point I'm making, in answer to your question, is
the management. I
think it is the management. As we are human beings, every human being is selfish. Every human being will want to take advantage. Every human being will want to do things that will inure to their benefit. I think what the political parties need to do is to set the ground rules and ensure that it is enforced without fear or favor. And this cuts across. I mean, it is not just
How
politics.
do we enforce the regulations so that there's sanity in these times? And we know even your time will be up soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, it's like he indicated, we have to play by the rules. And there must be a big brother somewhere who is cracking the whip. Yeah. So if there's somebody who has deviated from the principles, there must be somebody who would call that person to order.
If it's a big brother, you mean an institution or a body within the structure of the party? There must be a structure
in the party. The disciplinary, every party has a disciplinary committee. They have a legal there are several committees with several functions. So the whole thing is to play by the rules and then to have somebody who will crack the whip. But also, you cannot stop people who have some strengths not to explore those strengths to their advantage. If my strength is to appear on radio and television and speak for the party, one cannot say that what I'm doing is taking advantage. It is just that in the process of doing my work and assisting my party, I may be projected in one way. But the whole idea here is for me to come and speak for the NDC. But nonetheless, there is a flip side of it. It will project me. But I didn't come here.
And your opponent will not be happy.
And I'm saying that I didn't come here to project myself. Okay. You didn't inform me.
So you're saying it just that there's a logical reference to it. I mean, you come, then it implies that definitely you get the leverage.
But that is not the aim for which I appeared on your program.
Good justification. I guess we all have justifications for it.